What is going on, everybody? Garrett here. Welcome back to Rad Up All Night. Again, another last minute stream, very late night. So, my goal here is to get done this within 30 minutes. There's not much I have to talk about, but if you guys ask questions and stuff, I'll do my best to answer some of them. But definitely want to get in and out, just kind of update you guys on some stuff, some shows coming up, what's been going to be going on with me. And then I have a couple things that I picked up or got sent or whatever I wanted to showcase really quick because I don't know when I'm going to have a chance to do it because the next couple weeks my life's going to be pretty hectic over here. So I just want to kind of keep you all updated if all of a sudden it goes through a little while with no videos or anything like that. So just going to see who's in the house now. I know it's really late. I didn't advertise this. It was kind of like last minute. If I don't do it now, I don't know when I'm going to be able to do this. So just wanted to kind of tune everybody in on what's going on over here. Hall and Oates, what is up? You've been all over the place, man. Joe Reese, what's going on? Norin Rad, what's up, dude? Hey, man, I hope you are too. We got Ken Carlson in here. Radpack. Sam, what's going on? Magic Hands, welcome back. How are you? Carlos, what's going on? Adrian James, how are you? Allie, yeah, first live stream. Awesome. Like I said, usually I go at least an hour. Tonight I'm going to shoot for 30 minutes just because on the East Coast here, it's like 12:15. So I have to be up pretty early tomorrow. What's up, Kevin? What's going on? Hey, I'm not used to seeing you in the chat either. So thank you for popping in. Again, if anybody's checking this out for the first time live, feel free to come in and say hi. The chat's really cool with saying what's up to new people in the chat. I'll always make sure to call you guys out to say hi because I want people to feel welcome here and that they have, a voice and can come in and say what's up and not feel like intimidated to be in the chat or anything like that. Trust me, because I know how it is. I mean, we didn't have these kind of videos like when I was on the other end of things, but we had a lot of chat rooms and stuff like message boards. And it's funny because I was always reading the message boards and checking it out and I was in on that stuff, but I was very quiet when it came to like interacting and stuff like that. And, I think I kind of missed out a little bit on friendships with a lot of people that I talk to now in the YouTube community that were really on some of those message boards back in the day. Like the Dead Pit message board was like filled with a lot of YouTubers that you guys see now. And I was always there, but I wasn't interacting. So I regret that, not interacting. I was just kind of seeing what was going on, getting ideas for like different movies I should check out and kind of see what's going on the outside looking in. So always feel free to come in and say what's up. Okay, let's see. End of March is huge. XS3 4K. You're right. I'm assuming Martin is still on track for the end of the month. I'm excited for real about all those. I'm gonna get Exorcist 3. City Living Dead. I don't know if I got that or not. I don't remember. See, I didn't think I got where is it? It's not even over here. I didn't think I bought the Texas Chainsaw 4K Steelbook either. And then all of a sudden it showed up and I was like, I don't remember ordering this. I remember ordering the second sight one. So, I mean, I may have grabbed City Living Dead. I don't remember. Whip in the Body. I've never seen that. Sorry, we see. Oracle, am I ready for Scream 6? Yeah, I'm actually going to go to the theater to see it. I'm going to try to figure out when I'm going to see it. My buddy got us tickets to go see it on Friday night. But I have somewhere to be. And one of the things, the life updates I was going to say is, so if you guys know, my full-time job is I'm a fitness coach, personal trainer. I've been doing it for 18 years now, both online and in person. And our gym is moving locations. We're just moving down the street to a new building. So the next couple of weeks is going to be hectic because like it's kind of all hands on deck. We're physically moving everything from one place to another. And it's going to be a lot of work. So I'm not sure what my schedule is going to look like the next couple of weeks because we're going to be in the process of doing that. And obviously, I'm not going to be training as much. And, I put a post out on Instagram saying, I'm willing to take on a couple new online clients. If anybody's looking to get a better structure routine with their current fitness, if anybody's looking to finally get into fitness, and start a routine and they just didn't know where to start. Like I do a lot of that stuff with people. I kind of write them programs and coach them through and motivate them stuff. So I did open up my online coaching clientele to about 3 new people. So if anybody's interested, just hit me up on Instagram. I'll post some stuff in the description too. Like you can find me on Instagram at GPS Coaching. That's my fitness page, and you can just message me through there. You can contact me at borntobirad@gmail.com, but it's BRN on born, not BORN. So check it out. I'll have links in the description if anybody wants to reach out to me if they're interested, and we can talk a little bit further on it. But that's one of the reasons why I was like, you know what, I can open up a couple more spots in my online coaching because the next couple weeks, my in-person stuff is just going to be really stagnant and stuff like that due to the move. So with shows and stuff, I'm not sure exactly like when I'm going to be available to do shows. I might be working really late, long days. I'm not sure. So with the Scream thing is tough too, because we start the move on Friday and, you know, that might get in the way of my plans. So I'm either going to try to go Friday night or if not, definitely Saturday night. Sorry for the long-winded answer on Scream 6, but I'm excited. I don't get to the theater often anymore, just due to life. But this one I'm going to make sure I check out because I want to make sure I can see this thing soon because I'm lucky. And please, guys, be respectful in the comments to not have seen any spoilers on this yet. So I really don't have much knowledge going in except for that first teaser trailer, which I like. So let me know if you guys are excited for Scream. Who's going to the theater? Rob Romano, what is going on? Cool, man. Well, I'm glad you caught it live. It's funny. I'm assuming you must be West Coast or maybe in a different country because it's late here on the East Coast. So it's funny that I have quite a bit of people that pop in on these up all nights. That's why I do like a lot of random like late night lives because I can hit up audiences from a different area. So Waldo, exactly. I wasn't expecting it. But I appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. I really do. I wasn't expecting to do it, but I was watching Piz Owl earlier. Then I watched Dead Pit. And while I was watching Dead Pit and Rambo, I was working out. And then I got done working out. And I'm drinking this bad boy here. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go on real quick before I go to bed and just kind of say what's up to everybody. Scratch, what's up, man? Twisted Trucker, what is going on? Yeah, I can't be up that long. Brandon, what's going on? But I appreciate everybody jumping in. Adrian James, which one? The one with me or the one with Justin? Both were good. I watched the one with Justin. I was in the chat. It was really, really good. It was cool to see those guys shooting the shit. What's my favorite version of Phantom? You know what? I love Phantom of the Opera. Like I loved the play and stuff, and I remember seeing it as a kid. As far as the movies though, like you know which one? I never saw the one that was like more of the mainstream one that came out. I think it was in the 90s. Who was in that? But I never seen that one. Was that a good one? The only one I really know is like the one with Robert Englund. But I mean, I love Phantom of the Mall, which is kind of like a Phantom of the Opera in the mall. I love that movie. Yeah, I remember it, but I'm not sure if I ordered it. I think I did. I don't remember. I can remember having it in my car and looking at it. Then I didn't get it at one point, and then they extended the buy date, and then I don't know if I went back and got it. I think I did, but it's going to be one of those ones that are going to surprise me in the mail. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And guys, like that's the thing. Like I'm getting new people just finding my stuff. And if anybody's sharing my stuff, I truly appreciate that because I can only do so much from my end, right? Like I kind of came into the YouTube thing a little bit late in the game. So my reach only goes so far. So same thing like within business or anything like that, like referrals are always the easiest way to get real cool people to kind of check out your stuff and people to interact with in the chats. Cause when you guys interact with each other, it becomes just like a big community. So anybody out there that really enjoys what I'm doing, what the Radpack are doing, share the videos around on socials. I mean, that's the only way, or tell friends that are maybe into this stuff that this will continue to kind of grow. Interesting. I've never seen Whip and Body. Never. Unless I haven't, I've never watched it. Is it on any of those? I have those 2 Bava sets from back in the day. So I thought Scream 6 was the last. So I don't want to look at anything that says Scream 6 because I don't know if they're setting up for more. Um, I'm in the New York suburbs, Creature of the Night. Yeah, we're in New York, man. I have some friends in New York. I used to go to New York City a lot. Long Island, I used to hang out at. What's in a name? What's up? Hell yeah, hell yeah. Yeah. You know what? I'm actually not going to buy that. Um, it's cool. I love Child's Play. Love Child's Play, and that can get me to what we're working on over here on the channel and what to expect. The only reason I'm not getting it is because I have Problem Child 1 and 2 already on Blu-ray, and they just match really perfect. So, I mean, unless they're going to do part 2, then maybe I'll upgrade, but I don't think it's going to be any different than what I have. If I find out there's like features on it or the transfer is different than the Blu-ray I already have, then I'll consider it because I love Child's Play 1 and 2. I mean, I have both VHSs right over there. I have the Blu-rays. I have the DVD double pack. I mean, huge Child's Play fan. Was one of my favorites growing up. And you know, with that being said, there's a lot of things you're going to see on this channel that I'm hoping this month I can squeeze in between now and mid-April when I go to Kansas City. And one of the things is going to be my top 15 my top 15 90s movies that I watched a lot during my childhood. So this is movies of the 90s that I watched on repeat for many, many times throughout the 90s. So it'll be all 90s movies. I was a kid of the 90s. I was a kid of the 80s, but like the 90s, early 90s is where I really got into like movies because I was at that age at that point where I was just seeing a lot more. The 80s, I was really, really young. So, you know, I was watching mostly like G-rated Disney and stuff off TV and stuff like that. But in the early 90s is where I really started to go to the theaters every weekend with my parents. And so renting movies was even bigger. So, I mean, the 90s, I'm looking around and I'm like, oh my God, like I loved so many movies from the 90s. And I'm going to do a video on that. So that's going to be coming. It's almost a sequel. I did the one, my top 15 80s movies of my childhood. I did that one. This is going to kind of be the follow-up to that. And yeah, so that's coming this month. And, you know, you might see Problem Child in there. And the Radpack is doing a Problem Child episode this month as well. So that is being... that'll be put out not this week, but it will be dropped next week. The Problem Child episode that we're doing. And let me think what's coming on this week. This week, I don't have a lot going on actually over on the channel right now. So I've got the Problem Child stuff that's going on. The 90s video is going to happen. We have the Radpack episode at the end of the month, which we're doing the hype for it, or hashtag stink Radpack. We're going to be talking all things gross when it comes to the Garbage Pail Kids. So we'll be talking about our history with them, the cards, comic books, any memorabilia or any kind of toys or anything we have of Garbage Pail Kids. And then we're going to review the movie. So that's going to all be done at the end of the month. We're going to be doing Garbage Pail Kids. But next week, we'll be dropping a Problem Child video, the Radpack, so me, Mel, and Justin. And those Radpack videos will be on the Radpack YouTube channel and on the Radpack podcast, which you can find on Apple, iTunes, Spotify, and stuff like that. So if you haven't checked out the Radpack podcast, definitely go search it out, follow it, give it some 5-star rating, and leave some ratings, guys. If you guys leave us ratings on iTunes, like written ones, we're going to take all those people when I go to Kansas City, and we're going to do giveaways to people that gave us a good like rating, that wrote a review on iTunes. So keep that in mind, and we're going to tally those up. So yeah, that's what's going on over here. That's already set. Our Rad Company is going to be, this second season is going to be coming to a close at the end of the month. So I'm trying to squeeze in probably 2 or 3 more Rad Company episodes. So I have You Need a Candles is going to be coming on. So Christian and his wife will be coming on. That's a reschedule from an earlier event that I had to cancel. I have one tentative one that I might squeeze in, but then I have my season finale, which is going to be a big one. That's going to be coming up. So hopefully you guys get excited for that once I start hyping it up and promoting it. If you haven't, the last week I did Rad Company with Jamie Van Leemer, and it was a real cool talk, except for the last 5 minutes when my whole system shut down. But other than that, it was awesome. I love the conversation. We've been talking, and you may see him back on the show as well. People seem to really dig him. You got the '90s show coming up. Trying to think if there's anything else. You'll probably get more Rad memories. I think people are really liking that as well. I'm going to be doing some stuff with Dead Pit, some watch alongs and stuff like that. So keep your eyes peeled, guys. It's just these next 2 weeks for me are going to be tough. So I'm going to kind of just try to squeeze in things that I can. So the musical movie was a 2004 with Gerard Butler. Yeah, I never saw that one. So that was pretty good. Thank you. I actually I went through a lot of my posters the other day, and I just felt that one kind of fit with the ones that were back there. I've got kind of like late '80s, early '90s, like obscure kind of horror movies, and they kind of have a lot of like the black going on in there and the bright colors. So I got Brain Scan, Shocker, Monkey Shines, People Under the Stairs. So I think it's a pretty cool little lineup to hang out there for a while. Thank you. What's in a name? Click that like button. Super appreciative. All right, so we're talking about that one. Yeah, I never saw that, but I remember it was pretty hyped when it was coming out. Yeah, it's the first time I've displayed the Brain Scan poster. Yes. Yeah. Let me see. Okay, Storia. Oh, hell yeah, when they're in that restaurant. I love it. I'm not gonna look at you, Spook House, because I just saw something about you already saw Scream, so I apologize. Um, but I don't want to see what you said. But how are you doing, Spook House? What's up, man? Vincio, how are you, dude? Thanks for popping in. I appreciate that. Yeah, Stuntman Mark. I hear you, dude. Yeah, it'll be a cool one. I'm gonna do a lot of '90s stuff. I have later in the year, not now. I have a reason why I'm gonna wait till later in the year, but I'm gonna do like my top 10 '90s horror movies. That's gonna be later in this year, but it's for a specific reason that I'm holding it off. But yeah, I can't wait to dive into that one too, just because the '90s to me, horror, I don't know. Like if I talk about horror, I always think of my favorites being in the '70s, '80s. '90s for me are like comedies. Like I just love like '90s comedies. That's what I grew up with. Horror movies in the '90s I enjoy a lot, but obviously the '80s I like a lot more. But the '90s was a very weird transition period. Like it started to get into the CGI. The CGI was kind of like a little iffy for a while. And '90s is interesting. I really have to dig deep and kind of find out because to me, the '80s kind of feel like one big lump sum, and the '90s kind of feel like sections. Like this was early '90s, this was like a weird mid '90s, then you had the late '90s. Like to me, the '90s feel like in chunks because I think they were really trying to figure out the next, horror boom at the time, right? Like the CGI was kind of coming in, practical were getting pulled back. It was a weird era. So to me, the '90s are cool for horror, but it's specific. Like CGI takes me right out of a lot of things. So it'll be interesting to see when I talk about my '90s horror stuff, which ones I choose. But again, that'll be later in the year that I'll be talking about that. But yeah, thanks for chopping in. Let me see. Horror Collector, grab the kitchen stream. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, it was cool. It's a great movie. Thank you so much for checking out my review and being the reason that you went and checked it out. What's up, Christian? Thanks, man. I was just telling them I was going through my posters the other night and I was like, you know what? This is going up because I just feel like it just works with these four right now. Like it kind of goes with it with the colors and stuff like that. And it's kind of like a late '80s, early '90s crew of movies I have over there. Thank you. People are loving the Brain Scan poster. I should probably see what else I got. I'm gonna have some cool ones when I do my '90s kids movies. I'll have some cool ones back there. '70s kid, you got it. You were there for a lot of good stuff. Anthony, what's up, man? Hey, dude, are you on Instagram by any chance? I was trying to find you the other day to send you something, but I couldn't find you. So are you not on Instagram, or maybe I just did? I was typing in your name. Maybe you have a different name on there. I don't know. I don't know if it's possible to review on Spotify. I think so, but I don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. Thanks, man. Q&A with Dead Pit. Thank you. It was a long time, and I've been collecting for a long, long time. So I don't want anybody to watch my movie room tour or see all the stuff that I have and think that I just got this, right? Like this took years and years and years of collecting, trial and error, selling things, getting new things, right? And I was thinking, and I've been talking about this for a while, is getting some people on and doing like a roundtable about like collecting 101, maybe things that we did that now we regret. People are getting into collecting, like what should they do, what shouldn't they do, and I'm sure we all have different opinions on it, right? Like on things like that, because we all have different things in our collection. Like I'm a big poster guy, obviously physical media. I'm into things like little props, like you know Stripe and My Pet Monster and the Chuckies and stuff. And I know someone like Christian's got a lot of busts, and Dead Pit and Piz, they have busts. I don't have any busts in my collection. And not that I don't like them, I love them, but they're a pricey thing. I'm spending hundreds of dollars on posters and instead of busts. And when it comes to space, like I really don't have a lot of space for them. So it'd be cool to kind of get their insight, because if I could go back in time, I would probably say, you know what, I'm going to grab a couple busts instead of X, Y, and Z, maybe do things a little bit different. I am on the search for one bust because I kind of have a perfect spot for it, but I want to be very picky. I know the one I really want, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get it just because of the rarity of it, and it's not being made anymore. And if it was to ever be sold somewhere on eBay, I'd be paying a ton of money for it. But yeah, I there's one, I'm going to eventually get one bust and put it in a spot, at least a spot that I have available now. I may be able to create more space in the future, and stuff like that. But yeah, I would always want to do kind of like a collecting 101 if you're just starting a collection, like things to kind of focus on and whatnot. Brain Scan's a great one. Brain Scan's a great movie. If you follow me on Instagram, I actually just posted the other day the deleted ending. And man, like in my opinion, I feel that ending would have like put the nail in the coffin for that movie and it been a complete freaking classic. And I think they cut it because I guess they just weren't really happy with a lot of the practical effects and having it look cool and whatnot. That's as far as I know, but I think I love that kind of practical effects they showed in the deleted ending, and I think that would have just made Trickster just a little bit more remembered. I think. Let me see. Jacob's Ladder, good movie. Yeah, there are. I got to really just dig deep. Thanks, Christian. Christian said you can review on Spotify. Okay, I'll remember that, man. I probably have you on there. I hope I do. If not, request me if you're not. Hey, man, thanks. I was trying to hold off and let you guys finish up, but it was getting late over here on the East, so I had to pop on. But yeah, man, Rambo just did a great little sit down with Dead Pit and stuff. So cool stuff over there. Go check out Rambo Wrath for Life. What was the first collector's edition DVD box that you got? The one I might have started for your love for collecting editions. The first one. I don't know. I could tell you like Sleepaway Camp and like the Red Cross box was like an early one for me. That was early in the DVD days. The DVD days was like my pinnacle of collecting. That's when I was at like my peak craziness of like I'm getting everything, multiple editions. If there's, if there's 3 Halloween editions and store exclusives, I'm buying all of them. Like that's just what I was doing back then. So like my DVD collection is still pretty massive. Obviously now I'm trying to cut them down and just tote a lot away with a lot of the upgrades that I've made just for spatial purposes. But yeah, I think I would say like things like the Red Cross edition, the Phantasm Sphere, those were big box sets. The Anchor Bay tins, they had the Wicker Man Anchor Bay like wooden box. Like a lot of those cool editions were really getting me into like buying the movies, into looking for like cool editions. And even still, like I'm a big time collector, but I will say, talking to Justin at Movie Watch Daily and stuff, like I don't have a lot of like overseas stuff. I have 0 media books in my collection. I just stopped doing like overseas collectibles and stuff like that. Um, for a lot of reasons. I mean, a lot of the stuff is movies I already have. I have a region free player, but like in order to make it region free, every time I put a disc in there, I have to like type in a code. It's kind of a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. So like I've kind of just stopped with anything like that for now. If 4K is nice because it can work in all the players and stuff, but he's got some really cool additions and things from like out of the countries, different countries. I don't have any of that stuff anymore. Yeah, the 90s comedies were great. Thank you, thank you. Will I ever upload fitness content? No, not on this channel. If I do anything like that, it might be like a Patreon type thing. GPS coaching on YouTube, GPS coaching on Instagram is where you can get a lot of my fitness tips. And then if you go to my GPS coaching on Instagram, you can click my link and I have a website and there's like newsletters that I'll send out every month with like tips and stuff like that. So it's free to join if you guys are interested in that. Then I'll always send an email out to people in the newsletter saying, if I have any online coaching spots opening or in-person coaching spots opening, or hey, I'm doing a nutrition challenge if you want to join. Like, so if you want to get onto that newsletter, just go to GPS coaching on Instagram and then click the link in the bio and it should say like sign up for my free newsletter or something. That's always an option. But as far as on this page, no. Have I thought about the future of maybe trying to kind of merge them in a sense, like maybe come out with programs that have to do with this page, like, Radbot or something like that. Like, yeah, sure, I've thought about that. But nah, you won't get it. Maybe talks like a live chat or something I might do, but not like videos or anything like that. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, give the Radpack podcast, You Need a Horror Podcast 5-star review. Yeah, give both of those. So You Need a Horror Podcast is Christian and Nick. So definitely go over and check them out. Check out Dead Pit if you guys don't, obviously. Jacob's Ladder, I saw that was coming out. I saw that. That's cool. What's up, Killa Pizza? Hey, I thank you so much, man. I heard AEW was on. Thanks for popping in. Dawn of the Dead. I love that black box. I don't know if that was my first, but I have that. It's a great addition. DVD was killing it back then with all that stuff. What movie do you wish Shout Factory make a collector's edition of? Man, that's another video I need to do. It's been a while. I did a video when I first started called movies that I need an upgrade, right? I know a lot of people are doing that now. But that was one of my earlier videos because I always talked about that. Things that needed upgrades, or maybe they haven't even left the VHS format yet. And I'm going to have to go back, and I think a lot of them that I talked about have gotten upgraded. But if I had to think off the top of my head, things that are still out there that people need to grab, like Midnight Hour is one that I think someone needs to try to figure out. Run is another one. I mean, that's not a Scream Factory. That could be Shout Select. I think that sounds to me like a Kino title. Trying to think for horror upgrades and stuff. I mean, I'm not really huge into like, I don't need all my Blu-rays to be upgraded to 4K like that. So if I'm talking about upgrades, it's either going to be something that's never hit Blu-ray or something that's never even hit DVD that I would want to talk about. Elves, perfect example. Elves is a movie that I wish got an upgrade. I don't think it doesn't sound like a Scream Factory title to me. It sounds like it's very Vinegar Syndrome-esque. But I'm just trying to think of other ones that could get upgraded. I'm looking at my VHSs right now to see what I have over there. There's a movie called Paperboy on that never got any kind of treatment. I don't know if you guys remember that movie. It's like a 90s like kind of horror thriller. I don't know. I'd have to really sit down and think about what hasn't been done. There's a movie called Pin, 80s horror movie that I think would be a nice upgrade. I mean, I don't know if it would be a collector's edition, but it would definitely be a cool Blu-ray. Mid-level, what's up, dude? Rad bod, bodies by rad, something. I mean, it's always been in the thoughts. Again, everything that has to do with time, right? So I don't have time to promote and to pick up a lot of new clients and to add anything more to my plate. Like that's really the big thing. If I did get time someday, like sure, like maybe I would do it. If people in this community want to get better, look better, feel better, move better, we're all getting older, I'm definitely down to pick up a couple people. Like I said, I did open my online business to 3 new clients. Any people who message me and we talk and they sounds like a good idea, sure, we can do it. I don't want to pick up any more than 3 just because of how busy my schedule is, but I know the next couple weeks are going to be a little bit wacky on the other end of my in-person stuff because we're moving facilities. So I will have time to, build out a program and stuff like that. Yeah, it was a great show. The Justin show on Christians, if you go check that out, very, very awesome show. What up, Roland? Here comes the Bubba Hotep hater. Oh my god. You know what's gonna happen, guys? You're gonna keep busting on him so bad, he'll change his mind. He'll change. Be like, I guess I'll keep it now. I'll take it out of the trash now, and I'll watch it again later. Um, um, what do I think? I don't know. I hope it's Bloodsport or Prayer of the Roller Boys. Like I said, that movie Run. I would love to see that. Um, Three Ninjas. I don't know. I don't know what it could be. I mean, those are just a couple things that I think off the top of my head. Encino Man, like I know it's a little bit of a weird title, but if they're gonna get sidekicks like Encino Man, I think, and I don't know how the rights work, but a Corey Haim like '90s set would be killer. Like, or even just Fast Getaway 1 and 2 box set, like that would be sweet. All right, listen. You can talk smack on Bubba Hotep all you want. I can't talk smack on Bubba Hotep because, and not even that I think it's a masterpiece or anything, but I love Don Coscarelli, and so anything he does, I'm gonna kind of favor a little bit because I just think he's like brilliant. Um, but I think Midsummer is a freaking masterpiece. So that to me is a really interesting that you say that about that. Um, oh man, the temp is yeah, the temp is a freaking great movie. Um, I'm just trying to think. Is that the right one I'm thinking of? Is that Sarandon, right? No. Which one's the temp? Is Tom Holland's interview when he talks about the original cut of the movie? Is the temp Sarandon or um what's his name there? Spader. Which one is the temp? I think the temp's Sarandon. If it I don't know. Let me know, guys. But the temp was the movie with Sarandon is awesome. Yeah, dude, run with Patrick Dempsey. Gleaming the Cube needs something too. I mean, that would be a great Vinegar Syndrome VSU. People want Gleaming the Cube. It's a great movie, but yeah, I'm glad you know that movie. Nobody knows Run, and Run had like a theatrical release. It was, it's a really really good movie. It's action packed. It's just a real cool like 90s like action movie, and it just never gets talked about. And I just feel like it was one of those movies that I actually didn't see until 2 years ago. I was like on Tubi at like late at night, and I was like, what's this Run 1990 with Patrick Dempsey or whatever? So I was like, I'll try it. And I stayed up like all night watching. I was hooked to the TV because it was just so fast paced and the story was good. I was like, wow, this is a hidden gem. Yeah. Yeah, mid-level liked Skinny Marink better than Bubba Hotep. Watchers would be nice. Yep, 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 yep. I think we'll see them. Which ones are they? I mean, they could already be out for all we know. Neon Maniacs. I mean, yeah, it would be cool. I already have it on Blu-ray. So wait, Neon Maniacs. Do I have it on Blu-ray? Yeah, I think I do. I think Code Red put it out already. I could be wrong though, but I think I'm almost positive they did. But I mean, again, everything Code Red is put out there, people are putting it out again. Depends. I don't know if I'd rebuy Neon Maniacs. Maybe if it came all pretty, because the Code Red one, and again, I'm not positive it was Code Red, but I think it was. It's just a regular Blu-ray. That's actually, you know what? That's a good one. I could see Scream Factory doing Joyride Collector's Edition. I could definitely see that. That's actually not a bad one. I think that's a pretty good idea. Candy cane. Oh hell yeah, man! That's what I'm talking about. 3 o'clock high is a freaking amazing movie. There's a huge shout sale right now on Amazon. I had no idea. I should check it out. Yeah, you want to get 3 o'clock high without a doubt. That's like that movie was made basically to compete with John Hughes at the time. And it's basically like a John Hughes movie, but just like edgier than a John Hughes movie. But that's what it was really made for. They were trying to compete with John Hughes. I actually think, and if I think correctly, John Hughes was like kind of involved at the beginning and then backed out, and then someone else took it over. But that's what they were going for. Really, really cool movie. I have to see what else is going on in the shout sale over there, because there's a couple things I probably need. Let me see. Scream 6 predictions? No. I've got nothing. Like I said, I watched the first trailer of Scream 6 and that's it. So I don't really know what's going on. I mean, it's weird because a part of me wouldn't mind seeing Stu back, but I know a lot of people don't want that. But I don't know what you do. You know, like with Sydney not there, like I don't know. I think it needs to end with a big swerve or a big shock. I think if it ends with like a person we don't know, I just don't feel like that's a good closer for that franchise, and based on like what it's about and how meta it is. And I think it needs to be somebody like that's been in charge this whole time or something. Like I don't know. I think it just needs to be like that. If it's someone random, I don't think that'll work for me. But again, we'll see. I mean, who knows? I mean, at this point, I would take freaking Drew Barrymore at the end to be like, like she started it all, she ended it all, right? Like she was all a work from the beginning. It was all a hoax or faked her death. I mean, I don't know. I just think Scream, as weird as that is, it's like it needs to have a swerve ending. I think like that. What's my favorite Corey Haim movie? I'm gonna say it's either Lost Boys Listen to Drive, and I'm even gonna throw Lucas in there as like a top 3 for me. Did Pin have an arrow? Wow. Okay. I have Pin on Anchor Bay. I didn't even know it had any other edition than that, but that's awesome. Lighthouse. Well, that's cool. You know what's funny? I just bought that real cheap on Blu-ray and I haven't watched it yet. I've never seen that movie. So I have it, but yeah, I haven't seen it. Favorite transfer for Texas Chainsaw? I just watched the 4K last night. I thought it looked good. I haven't compared it to the other ones, so I really don't know. But Texas Chainsaw is funny because, like, in one way, you kind of like the grittiness of like a lower quality. And I know people have talked about this, and I think it's a great conversation. Is like, what do I think about like these movies being upgraded? Do I feel like I want to see them at the best possible quality, or do I want to watch some of these old school horror movies in like DVD format, VHS format? I don't know what stream it was. Maybe it was Christians that someone asked them that. And I think that was a good question because I think I kind of more on the fence of a little bit of both. Like, I think the vibe of VHS, putting it in, the way it looks, the way it sounds, I think there's a specific feeling that you get. It's almost like you almost don't take the movie for granted in a way. It's almost like a calming feeling. But the high quality aspect of like 4Ks and Blu-rays and stuff, I don't need, to get rid of all my Blu-rays and go to 4K. Like I'm not doing that. The quality difference to me is not that much of a difference of importance. But again, it all depends on the movie and how it's made. Like Second Sight's doing the Texas Chainsaw with this nice addition. Like, okay, I'm going to upgrade because I like the addition. So as far as do I need everything in better quality? No, like I'm not going to start getting a Fast and the Furious on 4K. Like it's not going to happen. A lot of the Scream Factory stuff, like I'm not upgrading. I didn't upgrade a Bubba Hotep. I don't need to. I didn't upgrade Slumber Party Massacre. I don't need to. I've got like 5 or 6 editions of that movie. I don't need any more. So to me, the Blu-ray to 4K is not that big of a deal unless it's like a favorite of mine or anything like that. But what I like about Blu-rays and 4Ks when it comes to upgrading and HDing these movies and all this stuff is it gives a movie that you've seen 100 times a bit of a different experience when you watch it with the quality. And that's the one thing I do like about these movies getting upgrades and stuff like that is you can see it in a new way. There's things you notice that you never noticed before. I always think that's pretty cool because it almost gives you a little bit of a different experience than what you're used to. So I kind of am on the fence about both of those. Um, hey Christian, I agree exactly what you're saying. I mean, I gotta say, like, so Christian's being sarcastic. He's basically quoting Ken at Mid Level Media over there. I agree. That those kind of things I just don't understand. But hey, I'm not into the MCU universe and stuff, so I don't know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Run is on YouTube for free. It's cool, guys. I would go check it out for sure. Oh, I don't remember those, but I will look those up. That sounds awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta check and see if I know I have Temp, but I don't know if I have it on DVD only or Blue. I don't know. I gotta look, but that might be a one I can upgrade. I would take a VSU, a Suburban Commando. Hell yeah. Does Angus not have a Blu-ray? I only have the DVD. I didn't know if it had a Blu-ray or not, but that would be cool. Yeah, you got to get Nothing But Trouble for sure. Yeah, man. I these are good ones. Night Terrors, Night Flyer, Prom Night 2, Watchers, Clown House. Clown House ain't getting a root. Clown House ain't getting anything. It's over with that one. Paperboy, yeah. Cameron's Closet. Cameron's Closet. I do remember. Is that got Russ from Vacation? What's his name there? He was in Night of the Creeps. Is that in Cameron's Closet? Summer Camp Nightmare. Okay, so that movie is like one that I would want to see anybody do. Vinegar Syndrome, VSU. I think they're probably more or less the ones that would get that movie. But Summer Camp Nightmare, I've been promoting that movie since I started my channel. It's one of my favorite movies, and it's got nothing but a VHS. Maybe a Laserdisc. I don't know, but that movie needs something. The Willies, Nightlife. I was just gonna say Nightlife, and yeah, Nightlife, Night Flyer. I would definitely want those ones. Those are good ones too. You know what's funny is I bought that movie and I had never seen it, and I was like, "Oh, this looks really cool." Like the cover looked awesome, and I was like, "This is gonna be right up my alley." I didn't like it though. I was really bored with it. I actually thought it was gonna be way better than it was. That was Into the Night. I just bought it probably last year. I remember watching it and being very disappointed. I just thought it was gonna be a lot better. Yes, definitely. Silver Bullet. Yeah, everybody's talking high about 3 o'clock high. I love Too Fast, Too Furious. That's actually the first two are the only two I like in the franchise. I loved the first two. I still love the first two. Hey man, thank you. I won't be on much longer. I'm already past my deadline here. I know, Michigan. I got to get off here. I might have to get it. I don't have to look at my Scream Factory collection and see if I have that one. You know, I don't know. I have to check out Cameron's Closet. It doesn't ring a bell to me. I'll have to check that one out. I mean, I have it does need a cool release. I mean, I have what is it? The who did it? It's the one with the VHS cover there. What company just did those? Mill Creek. I have the Mill Creek one. All right, I did get these couple things in. I don't know if I showcased this last time. I don't remember. Did I showcase this on a last stream? I did pick this one up cheap on Amazon. I've been holding off on it because I have it on like a special features on a Blu-ray. I think it's on like the Halloween 2 Blu-ray. But this has like its own features and stuff. And this is a really, really awesome documentary. And I'm planning on doing a full video on my favorite documentaries. So I wanted to have this one on hand to showcase. I did get this in Grand Tour. This is a 90s movie, sci-fi, really good, really, really good movie. If anybody hasn't checked it out, but this one's coming out this month. Really cool. I recommend it. Jeff Daniels is the main guy in this. It's kind of slow burn, but it's a real cool sci-fi movie. I liked it a lot. And then I got this one from Synapse, Invaluable. And it talks about the making of like Evil Dead and the artist behind it and the special effects guy. It wasn't the greatest documentary I've ever seen. Look at the artwork though. That's cool, right? I don't know. I wasn't. It's cool and all, being an Evil Dead fan, it's cool. The quality's rough on it. I just think what we get nowadays with documentaries, this didn't really hold up, in my opinion. So I don't know if people are planning on trying to pick this one up, but this one comes out this month too. Yeah, I think it's a one-time watch for me. And I love documentaries, but I just think what we get nowadays, this just really didn't hold a candle to that. But it's always good to find new information out about the making of certain things and stuff like that. So, yeah, those are a couple things. As you can see, I really haven't gotten much else. What's in here? Oh, that's for something else. Yeah, that's all I've really gotten lately, I think. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go. Which one? What did they premiere? The Man. What's up, man? Thank you so much. I did. Did you like that? That's the thing. I gotta always be thinking outside the box over here. I want this to be like must see TV, right? Everything is must see. I will put that video out. I'm on the fence. It's either at 3,000 subs or it's going to be I'm going to say it definitely has to be after April just because I have so much going on in April. I'm going to be in Kansas City with the Radpack and we're going to be going to Panic Fest. So we'll be doing like a vlog from there. We're going to do a live show from Justin's. So it'll be really cool. We'll come up with some cool stuff that we're going to do. We'll do definitely a live show there that Saturday night, which would be like April 15th. So it'll be cool to have us all together. We're going to be doing some cool giveaways there too, guys. So make sure you listen up for how you can win them. And one of the ways is by leaving a written review on iTunes for the Radpack podcast. That's one way to be entered. And we will let you guys know other ways to be entered as well. But thank you so much, man, for the $10 super chat. So I'm thinking like early summer, I'll probably release it. Unless I smash through 3,000 subs earlier than that, then maybe I'll try to sneak it out. But I want to let part one simmer a little bit because it's still doing pretty well for the channel. So yeah, it'll be out this year. No question. And thank you, Afro Whale. Thank you. Yeah, kind of. It kind of did. It didn't feel really professional at all. And I'm surprised just because Synapse put it out and it's got nice artwork. It has a slip and all that other stuff. It felt very fan made, which again is fine, but it just didn't. I just didn't feel like it felt like a big, budget documentary or anything like that. I mean, I have the Fredheads documentary, which was done by, kids, not kids, but a group of people, and I felt like it came off a little bit more higher quality than this. But at the same time, we're also talking like you're getting footage from when Evil Dead, so you're getting footage from the 80s in this. So you got to take that in perspective as well as that obviously what they were recording, interviews and stuff were some of it was in the 80s. But Dude, yes. That is one of my favorite documentaries. I'm gonna be talking about that when I do my documentary, stream. So I'm not sure if I wanna do, like, my favorite documentaries or just horror I think I'm gonna go horror, but I think I'm gonna have, like, some, you know, what do they call it there? Geez, it's late, guys. Some other recommendations that maybe don't fit in that list because I have a couple other good ones that I wanna talk about. Save money for the next life-size Chucky. Well, my life-size Chucky is shipping like any day now, and it's always fun when that thing hits the bank account because I gotta get again. I'm gonna be work's not gonna be work for the next 2 weeks. I'm gonna be kind of doing like half work, um, so that's gonna be a little bit rough. And then the Kansas City trip, I want to make sure I've got plenty of funds for that and whatnot. So Black Circle. I don't know that movie. Is it new or old? Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. I do my best. Again, I'm tired, obviously. Luckily, I just worked out, but I knew I needed to do this tonight just because in case I don't put anything up in the next couple weeks, like I'll put some stuff up, but maybe not as much. I just don't want you guys to be like, "What's going on over there?" I will say this: keep your eyes open because I filmed a video with my brother and his wife tonight on a new food review. So that's going to be dropping this week. If you guys want to check that, I know a lot of you guys like when we get together and do those. So that there's one coming this week. Um, what's up, man? Faith No More. They said the Garbage Pail Kids could care a lot. Yeah, it was. I know a lot of people having trouble getting it. The documentary. I don't know what's going on with Amazon. But yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I for what it was, it's about fans. So I mean, I think it was good. I think a lot of the stories they told were really, really cool stories. Really, you could tell there was a lot of passion going into it from them, and I thought it was good. I recommend it for sure. I think that it's a type of documentary that we may see like in the future, like a partner label from Vinegar Syndrome put out a nice edition of like they did with Scream Queen and all that other stuff. Breathless. I did pick up Breathless. Yes. Uh, you could say the invaluable doc is perfect, just like a certain $300 self franchise set. Yeah, I could say, go get it, right? But I gotta be honest. I was excited for it. I mean, it's fine. I think more people are gonna probably get more out of it than I did. But I think what we're used to now, as far as quality when it comes to documentaries, I just feel like it just didn't feel um, as high quality as what we usually get. Yeah, Breathless with Richard Gere. That just sold out on Vinegar Syndrome already. So yeah, I did pick that one up. So I'm glad I did. But gang, that's all I really want to talk about today. Again, if you don't see me posting a lot, I'll post on social media like on Instagram and stuff, but if you don't see a lot of videos coming through in the next 2 weeks, it's because life is crazy and hectic and I'm not sure exactly what my work schedule is going to look like because I got to be moving stuff from one building to another and we got to make sure that's all done so we can reopen. It's a whole big thing that's going to be happening in the next 2 weeks, but plan on this. Food review is coming this week from myself and my brother and his wife. Problem Child from the Radpack is coming next week. You definitely are getting the Garbage Pail Kids show at the end of the month. I've got a couple Rad Company episodes in the works for the month. Those are all pretty much kind of set in stone. And then other things like the Scream review and all that stuff, that'll just kind of be thrown together when I can get to it. But yeah, guys, so thank you so much for checking this out. I know it was unannounced. That's kind of how I do things. Busy, busy, busy day, but a lot of people in here still right now checking it out. I appreciate you guys so much. Everybody who came in was chatting away, said hi. Other YouTubers like Mid Level Media and Planet CHH, like Rainbow Raft, like all the people that have channels in here that came in to say what's up to me. Definitely go check them out. I will make sure I put a lot of stuff in the description box down here for links for you guys to check out. Make sure you're subbed to the Rad Pack on, audio platforms and the YouTube page as well, because that's where you're going to find all the Rad Pack stuff. So guys, thank you so much again for checking this out tonight. This is Garrett at Born to Be Rad. Like always, stay